I mean, that was. Did you ever see what was it? There's a. Well, I mean, you probably already know the history of this, but there was a documentary, really interesting one too. It had Jared Leto was in it. It was WeWork or We Crash was the name of it.
Crash.
It was called We Crash. That was the name of the documentary. And of course, what they were doing is pretty much the same thing you guys were just saying. They were trying to sell like stock and pay their employees with stock for an IPO. That never really. Well, I mean, eventually it did, but after he was gone, like because they had to, because like the people who had loaned him all this money had to come in and take over the company because they knew it could be profitable, just not with that son of a bitch in the chairman's seat.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty much what they tried to do. Is like it's very similar to Enron, of course, but also what you're talking about with FTX, where they're trying to like get their employees to sort of pump the value.
And this is the secret game everyone plays in the capital class at the highest level. So the capital class is basically you just have a lot of money invested in either.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
I mean, really. I mean, it's a cult. I mean, cult in a sense that like it's like this cult of personality, right? I mean, it's certainly based on that psychology, on group mass psychology. Because and again, it kind of goes back to the We Crash thing. I forget the guy's name. Newman. Something Newman. I can't remember his first name, but anyways, Jared Leto, the guy who played was very charismatic, and in fact, he had like these camp. It was almost like going to Coachella, right? They had these like group camps where they would get all their employees to go there, and they're getting laid and doing ecstasy, and it's like a rave and everything else. And they made a really because he was really appealing to the younger crowd and everything, but they weren't getting paid. They had all these great perks and a little ball pit over here and having fun, like goofing off at work, but they weren't really getting paid anything because they were like they were paid in the promise of more money when the company went public.
More reward later.
Yes.
Right. Now, some people are asking where the sex scandal. We haven't even touched it. Bro.
Oh,
Wait,
let's
it's coming.
Wait.